Coming up on the Daily O, fires continue to spread across the state. We have the latest on how it's being handled.
And the emergence of a dangerous new drug. All this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Daily O. I'm Reagan Downs.
And I'm Chance Annis. We're glad you're with us. Firefighters in Rogers County continue to battle a large grass fire near Chelsea that burned hundreds of acres. Officials say the fire is now about 75% contained, but crews are still watching for flare-ups in dry conditions. Around 20 homes were evacuated as the fire spread quickly Sunday, but residents have since been allowed to return. About 60 firefighters from more than a dozen departments responded, with help from Oklahoma National Guard from the air. Officials say that at least 5 buildings were destroyed, most believed to be abandoned. Crews will continue monitoring the area as officials urge people to use caution to prevent new fires.
A powerful new synthetic opioid is raising concerns in Oklahoma after being linked to 2 deaths. State narcotics officials say the drug, called cyclorphine, is a new analog with no medical use and very little research. They say it may be up to 10 times stronger than fentanyl. One Oklahoma family says they only learned the drug was involved after their 18-year-old son died from an overdose. Officials warn the drug may not show up on fentanyl test strips, and it's unclear how effective Narcan is in reversing its effects. State leaders are urging people to be aware of the dangers, saying even one exposure could be deadly.
Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin has been confirmed as the new Secretary of Homeland Security. The U.S. Senate approved Mullin with bipartisan support, making a major shift from Congress to the president's cabinet. Officials say he steps into the role at a critical time, with funding questions and ongoing challenges facing Homeland Security. His confirmation also creates a vacancy in Oklahoma's U.S. Senate seat. State leaders say a replacement is expected to be sworn in quickly, meaning the seat can be filled within hours.
And speaking of that new governor, Governor Kevin Stitt has appointed Tulsa businessman Alan Armstrong as a temporary replacement. Armstrong is the former CEO of energy company Williams and still serves on its board. Political analysts say his business and energy background could be important as global markets face uncertainty. Armstrong will serve in the Senate until January, when voters will elect a permanent replacement. State law does not allow the appointed senator to run in that election.
Oklahoma lawmakers are honoring actor and martial artist Chuck Norris for his lifetime achievements. A state resolution recognizing Norris was passed in the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. Lawmakers say Norris, who has strong ties to Oklahoma, has made a lasting impact through his military service, entertainment career, and philanthropy. He served in the U.S. Air Force before becoming a world-renowned martial artist and star of Walker, Texas Ranger. Officials also highlight his support for youth programs and community efforts. The resolution formally recognizes his contributions to the state and his influence across multiple fields.
The weather seems to be heating up here in Stillwater, so let's check in with Mason Huffner, who has our evening forecast. Mason?
Yeah, Reagan, it's kind of like Chance said. It's dry and it's hot out there. Still under that fire weather watch right now, and it's 74, feels right at 74 degrees with a real feel of 74. It's sunny out there, and let's take a look at campus while we're at it. 9-mile-per-hour winds heading up north. As you can see, it's dry, it's sunny. That's all I got. Back to you guys.
We'll be on the lookout, Mason. When we return, new projects gaining new names. We have the details.
And why you should be on the lookout for severe allergies. The Daily O returns right after this.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
Ace in the Bowl Salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl Salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
The Oklahoma City Thunder have announced a new naming rights deal for the future downtown arena. The team and Continental Resources have agreed to a 15-year partnership with a new venue set to be called the Continental Coliseum. The name will take effect immediately, including on construction signage at the site. Continental Resources is an Oklahoma City-based oil and gas company. Team leaders say they wanted to have a local partner to represent the city and state in this next chapter. The arena is expected to open in late summer 2028, with the Thunder continuing to play at Paycom Center until then.
Oklahoma is feeling the impact of a tough allergy season, with experts saying it's one of the worst in the country. A recent report ranks Oklahoma as the #1 state for allergies, with Oklahoma City coming in second worst nationwide. Doctors say strong winds and dry conditions have created a perfect storm for high pollen levels. Tree pollen has been a major issue, with levels arriving earlier than usual, and staying high. Doctors recommend keeping windows closed and changing clothes after spending time outdoors.
Those spring temps still seem to be fluctuating, so let's check back in with Mason to see what we can watch out for. Mason?
Yeah, Chance, definitely fluctuating, and those allergies are no joke. Taking a look at the radar, here's exactly why. It is dry, it is hot for the rest of the evening. Going to be a little bit of cloud coverage, so it's going to be cooling down. But tomorrow, the heat is really going to ramp up. We got a high of 91. More on that in your 7-day forecast, but you can see here, not a whole lot going on throughout the state. Now, moving on into Thursday, it's going to be hot as well, which is also why we're still in that fire weather watch. Not a whole lot of precipitation, not even a whole lot of clouds on Thursday, so it's really going to be a scorcher. And here's something else you need to watch out for. Again, that fire weather watch, some rising temperatures, but it's going to be cooling down later in the week. Something to look forward to, guys.
We'll be on the lookout, Mason. When we return, the release of one American in the Middle East.
And how one nation may take a step forward in the war in the Middle East. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
An American detained in Afghanistan has been released by the Taliban. Taliban officials say Dennis Coyle of Colorado was freed after his family requested his release ahead of the Eid al-Fitr holiday. The group says a court determined his time in detention was sufficient, though details about his case remain limited. Officials claim Coyle was held for violating Afghan laws. The Taliban also thanked the United Arab Emirates for helping facilitate his release. U.S. officials have previously said multiple Americans are still being held in Afghanistan.
Pakistan may play a key role in efforts to end the war between the U.S. and Iran. Officials say Pakistan has been acting as a go-between, passing messages between the two countries in recent days. President Donald Trump says the U.S. and Iran have already held productive talks and plan to continue discussions this week. Iranian officials have downplayed direct negotiations, but acknowledge receiving messages through other countries. Pakistan is one of several nations, including Turkey and Egypt, helping mediate the conflict as the conflict enters its fourth week. Leaders say diplomatic efforts are in full swing as both sides face pressure to de-escalate.
2 pilots are dead after a passenger plane collided with a fire truck on a runway at New York's LaGuardia Airport. Officials say the Air Canada Express flight had just landed Sunday night when it hit the vehicle on the runway. About 40 people on board were injured, along with 2 people in the truck. Passengers described a loud impact and chaos inside the cabin as people rushed to escape. Some travelers helped open emergency exits and assist others off the plane. Investigators are now working to determine what led to the collision, including possible miscommunication with air traffic control.
Senate leaders say talks to end the partial Homeland Security shutdown are continuing, but a deal has not been reached. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer called negotiations constructive, but says more work is needed. The stalemate has left thousands of DHS workers, including TSA agents, without pay, as lines grow at airports nationwide. Schumer accused President Trump of holding up a deal by tying funding to other legislation. Trump is urging Republicans not to compromise and to continue negotiations through the upcoming recess. Lawmakers on both sides say the situation remains fluid, with hope for progress in the coming days.
A California jury has awarded nearly $60 million to a woman who accused Bill Cosby of sexual abuse. The plaintiff claimed Cosby assaulted her in 1972 while she was working at a restaurant in Northern California. The jury awarded about $59 million, including $40 million in punitive damages. Cosby, now 88, has denied the allegations. The verdict comes after a civil lawsuit filed in 2023. The woman says the decision is about being heard after more than 50 years. Cosby representatives called the verdict disappointing and says it's set to a dangerous precedent. Dozens of women have accused Cosby of sexual misconduct over the years, which he has consistently denied.
Cowgirl basketball faced an all-out task in Los Angeles. Grayson Buchanan is in the Sports Corner with how it fared out right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alva when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well, it was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Grayson Buchanan. Let's get right to it. Well, there will be no glass slipper for Oklahoma State women's basketball. UCLA takes down OSU 87-68 in the round of 32. But hey, the Cowgirls should hold their head high. After shooting abysmally in the first quarter, the Cowgirls worked their way back to stay in this game. Nicole Acott with 23 points and Jane Wooden with 18 of her own. OSU got the deficit down to 12 at one point in the third, but the Bruins are a 1 seed for a reason. After their first March Madness win in 5 years and first one in the J.C. Hoyt era, Cowgirl basketball season is officially over. But the end doesn't take away from the success and the record full season. For Hoyt and the Cowgirls, this run was a chance for experience and to learn.
They are by far the best team that we've played this season. And with that being said, I've never been more proud of our team than what I was tonight in the way that they fought and battled. Obviously, we did not get off to the start that we wanted to, but when you take out that first quarter, we went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the country and beat them in the second half. And for that reason, I'm just so proud and grateful to be the leader of this program.
You know, luckily my second time playing in the NCAA tournament. Last year, you know, we lost in the first round, and this year we got past the first round. And so for me, it just kind of makes me hungry, you know, to, you know, keep stacking, keep building.
I think I just got all the jitters out of the way. And next year, I just expect to, like, the second round is not a wish or like it's expected. So I think just going with that mindset that anybody can be beaten, and we need to get off with a better start. And yeah.
Moving over to the Diamond, Cowboy baseball is on the road this week as they battle the Missouri State Bears. The Pokes are heading into this with their heads high after securing their first conference series win over Baylor last weekend. Missouri State is looking to ride momentum of its own coming into this game after a series sweep against Middle Tennessee. A name to look out for in this game is none other than Campbell Smithwick. Smithwick had a walk-off bomb in the Baylor series, which totaled up to 45 home runs for the Cowboys this season. We're already underway in Springfield, and to be honest, it's been a rough one. A first and second inning grand slam opened the floodgates. It's currently 15-2 in the top of the sixth, and the Cowboys are looking to not get run ruled. Meanwhile, in Fort Worth, Cowgirl Golf wrapped up their competition at the Charles Schwab Open Collegiate. OSU ended the day tying for 7th and sitting 19 strokes behind first place Stanford. The Pokes came into the final round tied for 5th and only 13 strokes behind first. Marta Solshenko was the Cowgirl standout with 4 consecutive birdies between holes 11 and 14. This propelled Solshenko to shoot 2 under with 68 in the round, tying for 10th amongst all competitors. The Cowgirls will look to keep improving as they travel to Dallas, Texas for the Huntington Bank Collegiate. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. Bridges built across generations. Chance and Reagan have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
About fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
An actor is facing legal action after police say he assaulted his neighbor. Ty Gensler has that in your A-List update. Ty?
Yeah, Chance. Actor Alan Richardson, who played in Thad Castle in Blue Mountain State and appeared in The Reacher, was involved in a physical altercation with his neighbor over the weekend. The Star's body cam footage shows Alan cruising his neighborhood at around 22 miles per hour with his kids, when his neighbor Ronnie Taylor plants himself in the middle of the street, causing Alan to fall off his bike. This caused a back and forth between the two, in which Taylor was shown pushing Richardson and not allowing him to move, to which Richardson shoved him to the ground, kicked him multiple times, having Taylor in the ER until 1 a.m., where he was diagnosed with a concussion. That's all I got for your A-List update. I'm going to send it back to the desk.
A new experiment designed to bridge generational divides across the country. Outside of a coffee shop on a Boston University campus sits a phone booth, the sticker across the top reading, "Call a Boomer." Over 2,000 miles away in Reno, Nevada, another payphone box sits in a common area at a senior housing community. Its sticker says, "Call a Zoomer." When either phone is picked up, it automatically calls the other, and a stranger can join the call. The experiment was created by Matter Neuroscience to address loneliness in the two groups experiencing the highest levels of social isolation, young adults and seniors.
If you're looking to shake it up, get ready. It's National Cocktail Day. National Cocktail Day ushers in all the best ways to savor a beverage at the end of a long workday. Whether you like a fruity drink, blended, or on the rocks, this day is for you. Mocktail, virgin, or the real thing, celebrate the lemon, lime, and bitters that make your favorite beverages the best in your bartender book. Whether you celebrate by visiting a speakeasy or making a mocktail, share your favorites by using hashtag National Cocktail Day.
Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Mason has our 7-day forecast. Mason?
Yeah, let's take a look at it today. High of 74. Felt good out there, but it's going to be heating up throughout the course of the week, up in the 90s. Now, also heading in to the next 2 days, what you're going to see is things are going to be changing up a little bit. It's going to get a little colder, a little cloudier, and that's going to feel real good this weekend. And then carrying on throughout early into next week, it is going to be heating up a little bit again, up in the 80 range, and then 85 that coming Monday. And guys, I got to tell you, let me tell you right here, right now, I feel like the National Day was snubbed today. It is National Cheesesteak Day, and I am all for it. I'm all for Philly cheesesteaks. Don't necessarily love the peppers. I like having a lot more onion than pepper ratio in there. But yeah, you guys take it away with the cocktails or fruit juice.
I do got to ask Reagan, because we are both 21. What is your favorite kind of cocktail?
I gotta go espresso martini. I just feel classy drinking it, you know. It tastes great. I love coffee. So what about you?
I gotta go with just a classic margarita. Just nothing crazy. Just a nice lime margarita. I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, you are not 21, so I got to know, what's your favorite kind of mocktail?
Yeah, we're still on the Capri Sun level, so yeah, go ahead, baby.
Give me a Shirley Temple.
Classic.
Nice,
Can't go wrong.
easy to drink, just fruity. Love
Big
it.
Philly cheesesteak guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, do you put that like in the blender and then shake it into
No,
the
no,
martini glass?
I'm
Or like,
Straight
pure,
Philly.
Yeah, straight Philly.
gotcha.
Awesome. Well, happy National Philly Cheesesteak Day.
There we go.
That's a look at today's headlines, and thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happenings here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Chance Annis.
And I'm Reagan Downs. Have a great night, everyone.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alva when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package. For $37, you can drop your dog off during the game day as early as 7:30 in the morning. Policy states you do not have to pick up your pet up until 1 hour after the game. At Stay and Play Pet Resort, we thrive to treat your best and give them the best at-home feeling.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Pecans are staple to Oklahoma. In fact, many of our native pecans come from trees that are older than Oklahoma statehood.
My father's the one that got us started into the pecan picking. I was probably 10 or 12 years old, and we started off with one little mechanical picker that you pulled behind a four-wheeler. Then we'd go home at night and we'd clean them on a TV tray. I guess watching my dad work hard when we were young, and people started trusting him and getting more and more groves, we just kept growing.
Being a relatively new and fresh company, we get to sit in the same room with people who have been a part of the Oklahoma economy for decades.
It's opened a lot of doors. It's gave us quite a bit of exposure, and I think people, will take a small company like us a little more serious. We're just going to continue growing as long as our community lets us and our customers keep on buying, and we'll see where it takes us.
hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.